I really don't think that I can actually sign him off because it's not going to be fair to other students. They all do their work and they got grades. If I just give him excuse, if I just excuse him from all the work, other students are not gonna feel well. So yeah, but I have been thinking about this problem, and I was going to ask you that if you can just talk to him and please tell him that he needs to do work, but I would try to make the assignments to be done on class so that he can have time to
Do
join
you
the
also
team.
provide extra help for your students? Maybe he could attend some extra help
Yes, I
sessions?
do. I do. On every Saturday afternoon and after school, we always have the ESL after school club. He can always come and we just play, and we also deal with the problems that they have on class, and I help them to do the homework. So yeah, you can. I'm gonna tell him about that, but yeah.
I think it's a great, solution. I'm going to talk to him, and we both of us can, push him to do better in
Yes,
class
yes.
because the school needs him, for his soccer.
And also, it's his
abilities.
responsibility to finish his schoolwork.
Exactly.
Yes.
Thank
Okay.
you for your time.
Okay, thank you too.
Your middle school ESL students are in content area classes during the day. In their social studies class, the teacher sits them together in the back of the room and assigns them busy work. When they become noisy, they are reprimanded and disciplined. The students are frustrated and ask you for help. Jill, how would you address the situation with your colleague? Pat will be the teacher.
Hey Pat, do you have a minute to talk?
Of course, Jill.
A few of the ESL students have come to me lately and explained that during our class period, they all sit in the back together and they aren't doing the same work as the rest of the class and they're kind of feeling a little left out. Is there a reason that they're back there?
I tried at the beginning of the year to assign them the same, work that everybody has, but they didn't seem to do quite well. So I decided to group them up in the back of the classroom, and lately they're getting very noisy and very destructive.
They definitely take a little bit longer than all the other kids to fulfill any work you require for them, but perhaps we could assist them by modifying it, and maybe even if you separated them. I notice in my class too, when they're together, they get a little noisy, so maybe if you didn't let them sit together, it might be a little bit better.
You know what? I have a very hectic schedule. I don't feel that great about modification, but I'm going to follow your suggestion, or putting them in groups. Maybe that will work.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe you could help me with the notification.
Definitely.
Could you?
If you could let me know what you're doing, give me your worksheets, and I can even modify it for them. I know their strengths and weaknesses a little bit better, so
Oh,
I could
that's a
definitely help you
wonderful
out.
idea.
Could try that.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Jill.
Okay, thanks.
Your elementary student, Omira, is in first grade where the students are beginning to read. She's having a great deal of trouble, and your efforts to involve her family have not been very successful. How will you enlist his cooperation in the education of his child, particularly with respect to reading?
Hi, thanks for coming in today. How are you?
I'm okay.
Okay, good. I have a question. Omira seems to be having trouble reading at home. Have you ever noticed her reading books at home?
No, she don't read.
She doesn't read at all.
No, she's too small.
She's too small. Right. Well, in first grade, we're just starting to learn how to read. So she still doesn't know how to do it exactly, but we want her to pick up books, to look at pictures, point to the different animals or colors or people. Do you have any books at home that she's able to read?
No, we
To look at?
don't. She don't like books.
She doesn't. Do you know anything that she's interested in?
Yeah, she likes dolls, and she likes Pokemon.
She likes dolls and Pokemon. Well, that's perfect, because I actually have a whole bookcase full of books about dolls and a few on Pokemon. So maybe I could give them to you and you could take them home?
I can't help her. I come home late. I have to work.
Okay. So you're never home? You don't see her at night usually?
I can't read English.
That's fine if you can't. We can just look at the pictures. You don't have to read. Or if you're able to read in your native language, you can read that to her. That's fine too. Doesn't have to be in English.
You have books in Spanish?
Tons of books in Spanish. So
Okay.
maybe I'll make a little bag, and if you could take them home, whenever you have free time, maybe if it's after school or in the morning before school while she's eating breakfast, you can look at a book together.
She has breakfast at school.
Oh,
She
she
gets
does.
free lunch.
Oh,
Free breakfast.
free breakfast too. Okay, well, even maybe with her other brothers and sisters, they can gather together, look at the pictures, and give that a try. We just want her to start looking at books.
Okay, give me the books.
Okay, I'll make a packet for you. Perfect.
Your third grade student, Manuel, has been in the country for 2 years and is not progressing as expected. The building response to intervention team has coordinated the use of various teaching models and strategies to meet his needs, but now wants to recommend him to the Committee on Special Education. His mother comes to you, asking for your opinion about whether she should allow testing. Jill, you'll be the mother, and Charles, you'll be the professor, teacher.
Hi, Mrs. Alvarez.
Hi, how are you?
I'm Charles Smith.
I'm Manuel's mom.
Oh, I'm so glad you came in. An opportunity has just come up. I've been working with Manuel now for the past 2 years, and you've noticed that he's having trouble reading. He's having trouble understanding his English.
Right.
And it's not just a language problem. We have the ability to have him tested, and if we have this testing, there are a lot of other services that we can provide. There are phonetic problems that can help him learn to speak that a lot of the other kids can take advantage of. But in order for him to take advantage of these services, he has to be tested. So I would encourage you to permit this testing to occur.
Right. But does this mean that he's just dumb, that he can't understand?
No, it doesn't mean he's not
understand.
intelligent. Doesn't mean he's dumb. No, he's just as smart. He's actually a very smart little boy. But he's having a little bit of a difficulty getting through some of the phonetics, some of the problems from just translating what you hear into how you speak it. He's having a wee bit of difficulty.
If he takes this test and gets these services, will all the other kids know that he's in this program? Are they going to make fun of him? Is he going to feel left out?
No one's going to make fun of him. A lot of the other kids get him, but it's just going to help him speak better. It's a speech therapist will work with him, teach him to speak English, just as anybody else who has this problem would.
Okay, and he'll
It's not
still
just
stay
a
in
language
ESL
one.
also.
He'll still have ESL services, but on top of that, he'll have additional services,
Okay.
all provided to you by New York State.
And it's for free. So
And it's for free.
Okay. Well, I'm going to have to talk it over with his father, but I guess it sounds okay. I would like to talk to him about it as well and see how he feels, if that's all right.
I've discussed it with Manuel,
have?
and he thinks it's a good idea.
Okay. All right, well, I'll talk to his dad and see what we can do. It sounds positive, but I'm not quite sure, so I'll have to get back to you about
If
that.
you have any questions, please just give me a call.
Okay,
Okay,
perfect.
Thank
Thanks.
you.